Hey guys, welcome back to Book Solid. Today we have a fun episode for you guys today. We're going to be talking about our favorite restaurants at each Walt Disney World park. And the only caveat is we can only pick one. We cannot pick ones that are at Disney Springs. We cannot pick ones that are at the resorts. We have to pick one per park. So, this is going to be fun.
Hey vacation dreamers, welcome to Book Solid, the podcast where two travel advisors share insider tips, talk about our favorite destinations, bucket list experiences, and everything you need to know to make your next vacation unforgettable. We'll break down what's included, what to watch out for, and keep it real with plenty of laughs along the way, while we help you plan with confidence. Let's jump in.
Okay, I'm going to start easy. And I'm going to go with Magic Kingdom. And that one is Crystal Palace.
Yes. Yes.
We always find ourselves there because I like the Pooh Bear characters. My oldest likes the Pooh Bear characters. And so we've done dinner. And I think I've done breakfast there as well. So honestly, and it's one of those where I don't specifically remember the food, but you remember the experience
Oh, for
and
sure.
the meet and greets with the characters. And we have many, many pictures from eating at Crystal Palace.
Oh, that hurt. I haven't been here yet, so I'm cheating. But I am a sucker for breakfast. So, not only do they have obviously like Winnie the Pooh and everything and buffet whatever, you can also get the famous churro waffles here. So, can't go wrong with churro waffles. And you do have to get it during breakfast. So, if you're really wanting those churro waffles, they're exclusive to breakfast. So just kind of, plan accordingly if that's what you're going for. I actually have clients that are going next month, and they were like, well, we're really only going for the churro waffles. And I said, well, then you have to go during breakfast, because they were trying to do a lunch slot. And I was like, well, if you're going for churro waffles, then you're going to miss them. So you need to look at doing it first thing in the morning at whatever time y'all want to get to the park, because otherwise you're not getting your sought after churro waffles. So another thing to note with this, because it's a character meal, you are going to be paying a pretty price tag for dining here. Breakfast, I don't have the kids cost in front of me. Breakfast is going to be anywhere from $35 to about $60 per adult. Lunchtime, you're looking, well, lunch and dinner. Lunch and dinner, you're going to be looking at like $60 per adult. So it does get pretty pricey because it's a character meal. But in my opinion, I am more than happy to pay that price tag for the food and the experience of meeting the characters. In my personal opinion, I think this is the best way to meet characters, because even at Disneyland, Disney World, when you go to these character dinings, your server will come up to you at the very end of the meal and say, hey, did you meet all the characters? And if you say no, because you didn't meet all the characters, they will go out of their way to go find those characters and bring them to your table. You are paying that price tag. You are there to see the characters. You're not really there to eat. You're there because of the characters. So, in my opinion, this is a really great way. Yes, it costs money, but it is a really great way to meet a pretty good handful of characters right then and there, instead of waiting in line. And it's a lot more like the kids, especially, they're kind of like in their own little environment to an extent, to where they're not just standing in line getting all antsy, wondering why they're standing in line because they're, too young to know why. It's just a lot better of an experience, in my opinion, especially watching it from a 4-year-old's perspective. Hands down, worth every penny.
I will suggest to face your kids so that they see the characters coming if you can. We learned that on our first trip with Evan, that having the characters come up behind him was not good for him. And it clearly depends on each child, but that was not good for him. He didn't like to be surprised like that. And so that kind of just then also is one of our first meals. So in seeing the characters, so it set the tone for like the whole trip. He didn't love the characters until we went to Crystal Palace the last day and met Pooh. And he was like, and I'm good. He gave him the biggest hug. As cute as it might be to have the characters come up and, surprise your kiddo, it won't be as cute when they're having a meltdown and crying for that fun picture.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion. If you can, have the kiddos see the character coming towards them.
Yep. Valid. All right. Are we going to jump to Hollywood Studios? Because this is another easy park.
Crystal Palace was yours too?
Oh, yeah, same. That's why I reacted
like
that.
Got it. Okay. So sorry. Yes.
No, you're fine.
Hollywood Studios. Go ahead.
That's why I reacted that way.
I wasn't sure.
Yes. So let's move on to Hollywood Studios. Mine is now I will say there's actually two that I really enjoy here. One specifically because of just the experience. The food was fine. It was good. So I'll bring it up in a second. But my favorite in Hollywood Studios now is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. Duh. That was so good. You get an insane amount of food. They bring out everything. It's obviously Toy Story themed for those that don't know. It is fairly new. I think it's been around almost 2 years, going on 2 years, something like that. I think it opened in 24. I think. Like the later half of the year, I think. So maybe more like a year and a half. Anyway, they bring literally everything. They bring the appetizers like we had. It was like a little cucumber tomato salad. It was actually really good. And their biscuits. Seriously, if I could have eaten like 10 of them, I would have. They had like the strawberry jalapeno jam or what. Oh, I dream about it on a daily basis at this point. And they bring every side. So I mean it's barbecue style. So ribs, uh I'm blanking. Chicken, sausage, what other shoot, brisket, there you go. It's like what is it called? Corn on the cob, baked beans, tater tots, like everything you can think of. So good. And then for dessert, they bring out all of the different desserts. They're usually like little custard, like little pies, and you can just sample all of them. Now, the one thing that kind of another reason, not only because the food is absolutely delicious here, like I couldn't walk the rest of the day because I was so full. But the theming here, the second you walk in, you are shrunk down to the size of a toy. You are in Andy's bedroom. And throughout your course of whatever time you go, we went during lunchtime. The second you walk in, your hostess gives you one of the little toy horses or whatever that you can like pretend to ride the horse to your seat. So cute. Had to do it, just why not? Um, they treat you like a toy, so everybody talks like, they're a toy or whatever. And then randomly over the intercom, depending on who's coming at that time, Andy will come. So obviously during this time when Andy's in the bedroom, no one is moving. No one. Everyone is completely frozen still until the toy soldiers give the okay that you can move. I'm not necessarily going to spoil it because I don't know if it's like well known, but there is another surprise appearance if you stay long enough. Um, from a character that we don't like. So, if that's any clue, if you can figure it out, if you've watched Toy Story, then you probably know. Really fun. Highly recommend. It's pretty expensive in terms of I don't have it pulled up in front of me. But it's roughly the same cost as a character meal because again, It stinks that you're not meeting any characters. Like there's no characters walking around. But you are paying that price tag mostly because of the experience and everything, and it's literally like all you can eat. Like if you finish eating whatever they bring to you, can request more. There's no cap on how much food, so you can go crazy.
It's 49
Thank you.
plus tax and tip for an adult, and 28 for kiddos. Um, I have not been able to eat here yet, but it's definitely on like my bucket list to do. I had clients eat there once.
Worth every penny. Worth every penny.
Mine is 50's primetime.
Dang, that was my backup. That was the one I was going to refer to in a minute.
You're welcome.
I can't. Oh, that's too funny.
This is definitely an experience place too. And I will say you can get great experiences or you can kind of have a lackluster. It just kind of depends. And I hate to say that, but it's reality. But the food, like if you like home cooking, I'm from the Midwest, like this is what we grew up on. This is where I took my husband for our first trip because I knew he would like do it when my grandparents came down to pick me up from my college program with my parents, and we like made it a full vacation. My grandpa was very picky about his food, and like it was like chicken fried steak, potatoes, like meat and potatoes type of home cooking. And so our foods were places we ate were very traditional, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So we took him here and he did enjoy it, and we had a great experience that time. And I think we had a great experience with Luke as well when him and I went. But it's home cooking, it's pot roast, it's fried chicken, it's chicken pot pie, it's meatloaf. They have I thought they had one, this where you get a little bit of everything. The chicken, the pot roast, the meatloaf with the green beans. And like if you don't eat something, your aunt or cousin or whoever your server is as a part of your new family, they will make you eat that before you eat your dessert, before you get your dessert.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sliding some of whatever I had. I can't even remember what it was. Green beans, maybe. I can't remember what I got. But I slid it underneath my chicken breast bone so they wouldn't see it. And then they took the plate away. I'm a trained person. And then even down to their desserts are just very apple crisp. Classic. This meal, they don't have prices on here. So it is more of an a la carte rather than an all you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're on the dining plan, you get like your appetizer, your entree, and your dessert, I believe, and a drink. Otherwise, you're paying per piece of your meal. So if you want an appetizer, you're going to pay for the appetizer. If you whatever you want for your meal, and there's prices online that you can look at.
Mm-hmm.
But that I would say is probably like one of the better places with the better food, even property wide.
In my opinion, it's just a fun experience because I went with my best friends a couple years ago and we had a fantastic server. Like it was so much fun. And again, it really just depends on your server. But they'll literally treat you like you're in the 50s. So he's like, "What are these things that you have?" Talking about our cell phones. And he's like, "What is that? Put that away. We're not supposed to have that at the table. Get your elbows off the table." Like
People.
just, table manners. Like you just don't do that. And it was hilarious. And it was really cute because we had a family, I guess one of the kids was celebrating their birthday. And I think I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think the kid didn't finish all of his food, and as punishment made him get out of his chair, and then the server made him hold the like the receipt thing with his nose up to the wall until he came back. He said, "You will not move. This is your punishment. You're in trouble because you didn't eat all your food." And so the poor kid literally took it to heart. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm in trouble." He literally stood there for several minutes holding this piece of paper to the wall with his nose, didn't move, and the server comes back and he's like, "Oh wow, you actually did it." And it was just it was funny. It was a funny little moment. Like they weren't like making fun of the kid. It was just like, that was just like the time, you got punished for not finishing all your food. And so that was his punishment. He had to hold the piece of paper with his nose. Everybody got a kick out of it who was sitting like near us. It was just really funny.
It's definitely one that you go for the experience and the food. I would say and the food because the food is very, especially if you like that home cooked
Mm-hmm.
meal. I was trying to see what
I
what
kind of want to throw in a bonus, but I haven't eaten here yet, so I don't have my own personal experience. Maybe Amanda, you can speak on it. But what is it? The sci-fi diner.
I have
I
not.
heard.
I want to, but it is one of those that fill up so quickly. Like you have to be on it to get it. Um, I have heard that the food is, you're definitely going for the movie in the sitting in the car, but I've heard the food is kind of
I have
a
heard
wah wah.
there's a food blogger I follow specifically that does Disney content. And she has tried to eat here multiple times, and she is like, I just really want to like it because this is such a cool, unique like dining experience. She's like, you get to watch a movie in like an old car, and kind of the same thing as like the primetime cafe, kind of in a way. But she said every single time she has gotten a burger, it has been undercooked. It just doesn't taste good. And it's not like a price tag as in like character dining kind of price tag, but it's not cheap either because the restaurants at Disney, they're not cheap.
Mm-mm,
And she's like, for the value that you're paying for this, it's just not worth it. Like the experience, yeah, is cool, but it's not enough to make up for how much you're paying to eat
mm-hmm,
there. The food does not make up for it. So I'm like, I'm now at this point, I'm very hesitant to go just because I do trust her opinion because I mean she's at the parks all the time reviewing food. So I'm very hesitant to eat here and also kind of recommend it to clients because if you're kind of thinking of like Disney level service, not the best. Like I would easily recommend 50's Primetime Cafe and Roundup Rodeo as options before I ever say sci-fi dining.
and it's just burger. I mean, it's like you're eating in a drive-in.
Mhm.
So it's just burgers, fries, like that type of food too. So it's nothing like terribly special. You truly are just going for the experience
For sure.
um, of it. All right, where are we moving to next? Epcot or Animal Kingdom?
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. All right.
Mhm. In my opinion, you could get some pretty good food here at Animal Kingdom. I'm not gonna lie, especially in like the Africa area. I literally, and it's not a restaurant, but I dream of the corn on the cob with the African spices on a daily basis. Like that is my favorite. My one of my favorite snacks at Disney is the corn on the cob with those spices. Best thing I've ever had in my entire life. And even at Pandora, if you eat at what is it, Sotuli King, whatever it's called,
Tuli's.
amazing. Ate there forever ago, but the little bowl that I got because you can customize them, delicious.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot go wrong with Animal Kingdom food, in my opinion. In my like, I truly think they have some of the best food. So again, I'm gonna kind of cheat because I haven't been here yet, but I do have clients that went last year and they absolutely adored it. I'm going with Tusker House. This is also a character dining um, restaurant where you can make Donald's, Mickey, Goofy. Who else? Goofy.
Minnie. Daisy?
I think so. I think it's just the
It's like
like
the
that.
Fab Five. Mm-hmm.
They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. Um, pretty much the same pricing as we talked about Crystal Palace. Usually, when you get to these character dinings, the price is pretty much identical. So you're still looking at the $35 to $60 in the morning for adults, and then over $60 for lunch and dinner. For breakfast, like my clients went during breakfast, which is what I personally recommend to do breakfast here. Not only because of the characters and stuff, but you also get Simba waffles. Like, if anyone knows me, The Lion King is my favorite movie of all time. So not only can you get your just normal Mickey waffles here, you can also get Simba waffles, okay? That's a big deal. But a lot of the food here, because it's in like the Africa, section, a lot of the food is going to be a little bit more like African style kind of vibe. You can still get your basic, waffles and, just traditional like Americanized food. But a lot of the dishes that they're going to have that they're going to serve are going to be a little bit more African style. But like I said, my clients who went here last year, they absolutely adored it. They thought it was super fun. So that's my choice.
I haven't ate here, and I said my grandpa's picky, but let's be honest, it's the whole family. And because I'm selective in my taste palette, I am worried that those particular flavors I am not going to like. I could be wrong. Absolutely could be wrong. But spending $52 and taking that gamble is hard to do, especially when you can see the Fab Five at other character dinings. I have heard great things about this restaurant as well. And if you go a little later, because characters are out breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mhm.
So if you kind of tailor that breakfast more to like a brunch, I've heard there's less people that you might even get like a little bit better character experience. Um, might get a little bit more time. So I've that's kind of that tip, a little tip if you can. I understand wanting to like start your day and get it going and having a set breakfast, but taking a little
Here's
bit of
what I
break.
would do. This would be the best option because if I'm sending anyone to Animal Kingdom, you are getting up the second that park opens because you need to get on Kilimanjaro Safari, go
Yes.
see the animals while they are waking up and moving about. Because if you wait until later in the day, the animals are going to be napping. They're not going to be out. Like, they're not just going to be as active as they are first thing in the morning. So if you're planning on going to Animal Kingdom, you have to get on Kilimanjaro Safari as early as possible. So if you do that, go check out the animals, get in the Jeep or whatever, hear all about the animals because no Jeep ride is ever the same.
Yep.
Never. No matter. You can literally stay on it and keep going and it will never be the exact same ride because I mean the animals are constantly moving. So if they're stationary in one spot, well, they can't just sometimes they'll wait around if they know that the animal's going to move,
Mm-hmm.
but they may have to go a different path around the animal. So yes, they have like set routes that they're going to go on the safari for, but honestly, they're all over, like they drive all over. So, you're always going to get a different experience. But get on that, then go to your breakfast reservation. Boom. There you go. Easy peasy.
Mine for Animal Kingdom, I am way cheating because it's not a table service.
Hey,
It is Flame Tree Barbecue. I love the fries with the pulled pork and the cheese on top. I will even make it at home because I love it so much. And I haven't ate anywhere at Animal Kingdom like sit down, so I don't want to. So I don't really know. I would like to eat at Yak and Yeti, or at least do the
mhm.
quick service Yak and Yeti. That would be on my bucket list. I've heard Tiffin's little bar area is really good, and they got little churros. But I haven't really ate at table service at Animal Kingdom, so I got to throw in the Flame Tree.
Like I said, can't go wrong with Animal Kingdom food.
They
I
have a
mean,
lot of like variety.
they do. And like I said, obviously we're going to get to Epcot. I mean, Epcot is known for their food, like drinks and food. I mean, yeah. But again, like, I don't know anyone that has gone to Animal Kingdom and not found something that they genuinely love. Like, there's hit and misses at all the other parks. I don't think I've ever heard any like bad things about Animal Kingdom. Like their food is just good. I mean, it
Mhm.
depends on what you like, but like they're good. That's my rant.
Okay,
All right, Epcot,
Epcot.
you go first
Right.
since I went first.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll be honest, I don't really have a favorite at Epcot. I have places I have ate, and I will say that I have ones I prefer over others, but I don't have a favorite. There's one I would think would be my favorite, but I haven't yet ate there yet, so I don't want to um, say that one because I haven't experienced it. So I'm going to put out Space 220, and that is more or less for the experience again, because it's a very unique experience of being taken up into space and on the Space Center. The food was okay. I wouldn't say the food was bad in any sense. We didn't have the best seat, but the overall experience was a unique one, and one that I've had clients do and have said they enjoyed. So that would be my, at the moment, Epcot one.
To be honest, I don't have one for Epcot. Um, Epcot it's a place where you can get all the drinks and food. Like there's never a shortage of food in Epcot.
No,
You can literally find anything and everything at Epcot. You will find something to eat, whether you're in Mexico, Canada, Germany, Japan, whatever. You will find something. If you don't, I have big questions for you. With that said, a lot of their restaurants are geared towards whatever country it's in. It's not necessarily like Disney owned, like Crystal Palace and all the ones that we've mentioned. So a lot of their restaurants are going to be owned by, whoever owns that restaurant. It's not Disney owned. Um, I haven't eaten here. I'm going to point out two, just because I've booked them for clients and I know that they liked them. And of course, they're going to be character meals because I feel like that's where I tend to focus a lot of my time is character meals. So the first and obvious one is going to be Akershus. This is the princess dining. In my opinion, and I have told so many clients this, one, yes, it's expensive. It's pretty up there. However, in my personal opinion, if you are trying to decide between Cinderella's Royal Table at Magic Kingdom versus Akershus, I would go Akershus every single day because just the experience overall is much better and it's a little bit cheaper. Cinderella's Royal Table is like the most expensive character dining you will ever do. And that is pretty much always the very quick decision for many families is they're like, oh, easy, we're going to Akershus. I'm like, there you go. The only caveat, I guess, to Akershus is a lot of the food is more German based because it's in the Germany. It's not
Norwegian.
Norwegian. My bad. I was close. It was close. You
It
know,
geometrically,
close.
or yeah, or geographically, it's close, but it's not close
It's
to
fine.
Germany and the
It's
Epcot.
fine. You know what? It's fine. And I struggle with geography.
Germany has the beer garden
Yes,
buffet.
yes. Which I only stayed there the last time, like when I went with my best friends. But
Oh, that was not for me
so
either.
anyway, Akershus, which is Norwegian. I
Norwegian.
mean, I still had families decide to go here, and they still found options to eat at, and it was fine. But like I said, I personally would choose this over Cinderella's Royal Table. Nothing against it. I still think it's great, but the biggest selling point, because I work a lot with families that, are trying to do it on a budget, they're not just going willy-nilly, they don't have a ton of spending money. Akershus is the way to go. The other option is Garden Grill, which is another, type of character restaurant. This one's really fun. Again, I wish I haven't done it yet. I really need to, but it's basically like a rotating like dining.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain. Like you sit down and it's almost like you're on a ride. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's constantly like moving
Mm-hmm.
on like a little platform kind of thing. It's a cool experience. You can meet Chip and Dale here, and I think like Mickey, Pluto,
Mickey. Yeah.
and I think it's just those four: Chip, Dale, Mickey.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just those three actually. Anyway, I still think that's a pretty good option, especially if you have kids that don't really care for the princesses, but you want to do character dining. That would be my option. Plus, you're probably going to find better options here because it's a lot more like Americanized type meals. So you'd probably have better luck here anyway. But that would be my option, even though I haven't eaten there personally.
That's the one that's on my list that I
Mm-hmm.
want to do, and I just haven't gotten to it.
Yep.
Your breakfast is your stand. It is an all-you-can-eat too, or care to enjoy. But they bring it to your table, and it's your basic scrambled eggs, potatoes, Mickey waffles, bacon, sausage, I believe. And then your dinners are, again, that they call it harvest inspired, so it's more kind of a home cooked meal too. So I feel like everybody can find something. Grilled beef. I've tried chimichurri recently. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Okay.
Not for me.
Okay.
Turkey, gravy, garden salad. So kind of that home. But yes, that is one that it's always hits. People always have a great experience. You get the characters, and the characters are for every meal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, that's one that. And then your. So Brianna's right. You're seated on a rotating platform,
Mm-hmm.
which moves around, and then you roll into the top layer of like Living with the Land.
Yeah.
And so you see all those pieces, kind of not all of them, but some of the pieces of the attraction. And it's slow. I mean, it's not like you're spinning. You're not going to get seasick while you're eating on this moving platform. No, it's fairly slow, and you can see it if you're in up by on that top level, because that above Soarin' and Living with the Land, so you can see it moving, and it's not quick. But I feel like that's another one that kind of books up fairly quickly. So you want it. Breakfast books up quickly. There's usually dinner options, I feel available, or lunch options. But yes, that was my bucket list one that I haven't gotten a chance to do. Tell us in the comments your favorite dining spot in the parks, maybe somewhere that we need to try. If you fully disagree with our list, let us know. It's all personal preference. I mean, that's what's great about Disney, is that there's usually something for everybody. And what's my favorite may not be your favorite, and that's fine. We all are okay with opinions here. Make sure to follow our Instagram, follow us on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're rolling over slowly onto Facebook, and come back next week. We don't know what we're going to be talking about. If you have something you want us to talk about, let us know, but we do this on the fly. It is by a week basis, and that's okay too. All right, until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
That's it for this episode, Vacation Dreamers. We hope you picked up some tips, ideas, and a little extra magic for your next adventure. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for even more travel tips and updates. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep planning, and we'll see you real soon.